Hello, students of Round Rock ISD. We are so excited that you are able to join us again for our next episode of Straight Shots and Side Adventures, a video cast series helping students find the many different ways that people land in a career that they love. The Straight Shots and Side Adventures video cast series is sponsored by the Future Readiness Department in Round Rock ISD. I'm Rebecca Van Ryn, the coordinator of student support and mentoring, and I am so excited today that Mr. Almandarez is joining me from the Round Rock Express. Mr. Almandarez, thank you so much for taking your time out of your day today to help the students of Round Rock ISD learn a little bit more about different parts of your journey to help them on their own career pathway. So
thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Just really enjoyed getting to know you a little bit, preparing for this particular video cast as well. You are currently the president of the Round Rock Express, which is so exciting. I love going to see the games there. They've been a highlight and just a joy for my kids and I, for my family. And so I know you have such an important part of bringing the Round Rock community together, but I would love for you to start by sharing with us a little bit about what it means to be the president of Round Rock Express. Like what do you do? What does that job mean? And if you can give us a little bit of insight into the things you love about your job and just the day-to-day of what you do.
Well, thanks for having me. You know, this is my 10th year with the team, and the Round Rock Express has been here since 2000, so 20 years. The thing I'll say, number one, about my job is every day is different. And, someone would say, what do you do as team president? And really, it's working close with my staff on the different aspects of our business. And so when you look at the Round Rock Express business, some of the things that we do, of course, is revenue, which is money that we make to make our shareholders and our ownership group happy. But the biggest thing, if you're to look at our, just kind of what our mission is just to spark joy through the game of baseball in the Central Texas community. And as team president, the thing I get to do is I work closely with my general manager, who kind of Tim Jackson, who runs the day-to-day business operations and kind of manages the employees and then the day-to-day things that are going on with the baseball team. We've got our assistant general manager, Stu Scally, who I work closely with on the sales revenue side, how we generate sales from ticket sales to sponsorship sales to suites and to just tickets people coming in. And then we've got our marketing, which is everything you see in out in the community with Round Rock Express, a billboard or a commercial. That Laura Forgo, our senior vice president of marketing, is overseeing that. And so as team president, I kind of get to see overview of everything and just making sure that we're doing the things that we need to do and get to play quarterback for an amazing team that we have.
That's great. So part of what the work you do is kind of organizing and delegating and creating the vision and strategy for the team to go out and just run the business of Express.
Yeah, there's so many aspects that come into putting a baseball game on and a live event. And so, to kind of sit back and be the face of the organization, but also be the person that's interacting with, some of our big partners, Dell Technologies, St. David's, Whataburger, HEB, a lot of those relationships that I maintain with those folks and then closely work with our staff to make sure the things that we're promising on the partnership aspects are getting done. And when yourself comes in to watch a game, we want to make sure that everything, seems so smooth and you get a great experience when you come to Dell Diamond.
Excellent. So there's just a lot there, right? There's the relationship piece that you've really hit on and being able to maintain those relationships with other important community partners. There's logistics that your team has to think of too, and executing or making all those things happen for a fun and enjoyable experience at a game. And then I know that some of our schools have sports marketing pathways, and so there might be some elements there too that tie into what you do. So like if we were really to put this into a pathway, it would really be that business pathway. Kind of a job, and that's so exciting. Well, let me just kind of ask some more questions about you. And when you were, when you were a kid, like, did you think, hey, someday I want to be the president of Round Rock of a baseball team, or, what did you want to be when you grew up, when you were a kid, and how did you get here? Like, how did you end up in that position?
And great question. I think like most kids growing up, for me, I grew up outside of Houston. And wanted to be a baseball player. I wanted to be a major league baseball
Mm,
player. I played baseball. I really enjoyed it. I was really good at it. And, in 1980, the Houston Astros signed a player by the name of Nolan Ryan, who was my childhood idol. And I want to be just like Ryan. What's neat now is Nolan Ryan and his sons actually own our baseball team. And so I get to work for him. I thought when I was 7 years old, somehow we would be connected to be 47 years old and the team president and get to work for Nolan Ryan. And I see him probably a couple times a week. It's been very gratifying. But you know, I, this was not my first job. At a college, I played college baseball because of the game of baseball. It was a great vehicle for me to get a college scholarship, and I played at the University of Houston. And when I graduated there, I got into the pharmaceutical sales and selling medications to different doctors. And that's actually what brought us to Central Texas in 2000. And the connection of that is kind of how I met Reed Ryan a couple of years later at Dell Diamond. I was a season ticket holder, and we met, and we started coaching youth baseball together and kind of got to know each other. And 9 years later, I got an opportunity to come work for the Round Rock Express.
that's really cool. So you were a kid who loved baseball, and you had that piece of passion for you with baseball, and you even played college ball, which is super cool. But then, at some point, I think a lot of students, and even my own son, like, has this dream of playing professional at some point. And even when we play in college, our lives take a different path. And pharmaceutical sales is a great space in business, in the business world. And that's a great entry point. But I think a really important piece that you talk about, or I'm hearing throughout your story, is this important piece of all your connections with people, right? You're so easy to talk to, and just really outgoing. I can't imagine it's super hard for you to talk to people in your work and in your line. You have to be pretty good at that, right? Just being able to talk to people. And so I think this piece about relationships is just a constant theme I hear throughout your story. Can you talk a little bit about how that continues or has connected with you throughout your career beyond just that one connection? Have you seen that connection and networking in other places in your career too?
Yeah, I learned at a very young age. I was very fortunate to have some coaches playing sports, football coaches and high school coaches. The thing that I tell people all the time is they believed in me. And here this scrawny little kid from Humble, Texas, and had a chance to play varsity baseball as a true freshman, and then play on the varsity football team as a sophomore. But I had some amazing mentors in my life, and I always just felt that the way those guys treated me, that when I got to a point, I wanted to be able to give back and treat people that way. And I think just that mindset growing up, and even in college, just networking and getting a chance to know people, and everybody has their story, and learning what their story was and just connecting with them. And one of the things I'm really grateful for is I still got a lot of great relationships with my high school coaches. And as I got into my business world, making those connections and those relationships, and it's really paid off. And even getting this job at the Round Rock Express, I had a chance to know Reed. We got a chance to know our families, and he gave me this opportunity. And it's, look, I'm an extension of the Ryan family and what they bring. And so it's representing them and just making sure that, when I put my head on the pillow, we did everything right for the Round Rock Express. And that's one of the things I've taught my kids that have come through Round Rock ISD. I've also had a chance to, just mentor other folks and just say, look, we're in the people business. Reed says it all the time. We're in the people business, but it's deeper relationships. And, when somebody walks in the Dell Diamond, no matter what's going on in their life for 3 hours, hopefully we can take that away and just let them enjoy a baseball game. And to bring that, to be able to do that every single day, is one of the most amazing things. And I've got a great staff that makes it happen on every day.
Yeah. Well, you've talked about other things that you love. Is there anything that's really hard? I can't imagine 2020 has been easy, but are there things that are difficult in general in your position?
Rain delays, days when it's rain, those are tough days because, one of the things that we have is we've got a schedule of 70 baseball games. And when you don't play that game because of rain or whatever it might be, you've got to take whatever that budgeted revenue number is out of that day and kind of figure out how you make that up. And so, we, like any business, our job is to generate revenue for our ownership group. And every single day we go out there, we want to do the best job we can, but we also want to make sure that we're good stewards of operating the baseball team for our ownership group. And so, There are some tougher days, but one of the things that I get to tell people all the time, I'm at my home office today, but if I was in my office at the stadium, I'd be looking out over the baseball field. And so, um, we try to have fun. And one of the big things I try to do is create a culture at Dell Diamond that's very welcoming, and not only to our fans, but to our staff. And I really believe that if I take care of our staff, they're going to take care of the fans that walk in the Dell Diamond.
Love it. That's great.
Most days are way better than the bad days.
It's great to hear. Well, we are coming up on the end of our time, and I would just love if you have any last minute words of advice for the students of Round Rock ISD.
One thing that I would say is, I remember being a young kid and trying to figure out what I was going to do career wise. And I think once you kind of get set on what you want to do, so many times in life, things happen, and life just happens, and there might be detours. And the thing that I will tip people is just always be open-minded to another opportunity. This opportunity, getting on with the Round Rock Express, kind of fell in my lap, and I never really thought that I was going to do. And I got an opportunity to get my foot in the door, and 3 or 4 promotions later, and I'm the team president running the team. And it's been the last 10 years has been, from a work standpoint, the most gratifying thing that I could ever do. And it's got me an opportunity to meet a lot of amazing people like yourself, and people within the Round Rock ISD school district, and just people in the community. And so I would just encourage, kids to, live their dreams, shoot for the stars. But if it doesn't work out, you're going to land around the moon, and that might not be a bad thing.
Right. And so, yes, I think that is just a really good piece of advice, right? Have that plan, but be open to opportunity. So thank you for sharing that. And thank you for sharing your story. I've really enjoyed getting to know you today. So thank you for what you do for the Round Rock community. And we look forward to Round Rock being able to be open again soon, and being able to join the players and other fans in watching the game. Students, I hope that you found some insight and to help you in your educational and career journey. And just remember, there's more than one way to get there. Straight shots or side adventures. Just keep your eye on the goal and keep moving forward. Have a great week.